Catch a Vibe with Big Hess, only on Pulse 95.
And we are going to say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to another week of Catch a Vibe and another episodes of Catch a Vibe, which is of course Pulse's first and only music radio show. Super excited to be hosting this. Today is actually our 65th episode, so shout out to all the musicians, all the songwriters, all the music enthusiasts. Big love and respect to all of you guys. I see you. Seriously, it's been incredible to get to know your stories. I mean, Catch a Vibe, you will get to hear the singer or performer or musician sing or perform. That's for sure. But Catch a Vibe kind of essence is to get to know the human, because they're human before they become artists. And we want to get to know them on that level. What inspired them, of course. How do they deal with, kind of blocks, or what was a hard moment in their lives? All that. So you get to know them, and then of course you can get to support their music. Today's guest is a special one, just because of the diversity of this brother. So basically, as somebody who is, as a performer, as an actor, and who does music and sings, for me, what attracted me about him is that he really knows what he wants. So if you kind of backtrack, all kind of my intros to all the artists, there's always something that attracts me personally to this artist. With the artist that we have today, it's his patience. He's patient, and he really is doing the right moves, in my opinion. And today, it's some sort of a way for me to get to know him even better, because I understand that he got into music through performing arts, which is really incredible. We have with us, obviously he's from Syria, but born and raised here in the UAE. We're going to say Assalamu alaikum Fadi Rifaai. How are you, sir?
Wa alaikum assalam. I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for your time and coming through. Truly appreciate it, man.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm very, very excited to get to know you as well.
My man. Okay, so with that, let's begin. We were talking, obviously you started kind of liking music from performing kind of arts. I want to know your story with that. When did you start liking that? Was it from like school or university? Tell me your story, how you got involved in music early on.
So really, my dad has a PhD in music composition. My mom also sings. So I kind of come
from a musical family.
Exactly. So I kind of grew up around it, but for me it was sort of an escapism. There was a lot in my childhood, at least. There are some circumstances when it comes to family or friends or school. For me, I would always find my way to the keyboard that we had in the lounge, and I would just spend hours and hours and hours of just like playing and making music and writing music as a kid, of course. But so it started kind of there, and I had like icons of like these really amazing Arabic singers with amazing abilities. And I would
tell me like who?
Asala Nasri.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Who, by the way, he wrote a song for apparently later on in life, which is incredible.
It's so incredible because she was this like whole like legend in my eyes.
Yeah. Full
and
circle.
Then things just happened. Lots of things happened, and like fast forward many years later on, she was sat in the front row watching a film that I was acting in. And that's how we met, and we just connected, and yeah,
that's
it
crazy.
Happened.
We're definitely going to talk about that. But okay, Asala Nasri, who else?
Asala Nasri, Shireen, all the oldies as well. Sabah Fakhri, Abdul Halim, Kulthum.
Rest in peace.
Just all of them.
Incredible. So I want to kind of push on that a little bit. You said, okay, come from a musical family, you started, playing with the keyboard a little bit. But what was it, other than the names that you mentioned, what was it about music that attracted you in it and said, hey, I kind of want to be like a musician?
It felt like the only thing that I'm truly 100% passionate about. It felt like the only way that I was able to express specific emotions and states without having to verbalize them, because in so many ways I feel like we shrink a lot of life experiences when we try to put them into words. Words are made
Nicely
up
put.
by humans, we logically make up words to try and explain what this human experience is, and for me music is the only thing that transcends that.
I love that you said that. Wow, you're a poet too. We were talking about performing, as an actor or performing, arts, musicals and stuff like that. Take me through that experience a little bit, because I think it definitely impacted your music career, obviously.
100%. So it was at the American University of Sharjah, where I was on a scholarship for civil engineering.
Wow.
But there I was volunteering in the performing arts department all the time.
What?
Yeah, and I would go to everything. I would go to all the rehearsals, and I was part of all the shows that were there. And it was one professor, Anthony Tassa, who is still the head of performing arts
Shout out
department
Professor Anthony, okay.
Oh, like he cast me for like the lead role in one of the musicals. I was like, what? Like, I don't know what I'm doing. And so, yeah, I learned how to act, how to, utilize the tools that we have, the body, the voice, and like using it together. So for me, it always was like this holistic thing, like performing arts, music, theater, writing music, and like performing in terms of song and using your body and acting skills. So yeah, and it shaped a lot later on in life. But also I went through a very, very long journey from then until now, which has been around 10 years already.
That is insane. Would you say, obviously, in that aspect, music and acting was also healing for you?
Oh, 100%. Back then, even though I wasn't aware of that, and then now, but now I'm just conscious of it and aware of it.
Beautiful.
And that's the difference.
How does that make you feel? Like,
it makes me feel like I'm coming from a different intention, and that's why I feel like things are opening up like they never did before. And I think the intention a long time ago was, I want to be popular, I want validation, I want to do this and that, and I want to be famous and stuff. And that really got to me, and then, mixed that up with all of the other issues that I had to deal with in my life, as a lot of people do. I just stayed away. I got to a point where I ran away from all of it after the film, and after I did a couple of things, and I went all the way to the other side of the world. I went to Australia, and I stayed there for 2.5, 3 years, where I was like, I'm never gonna sing, I'm never gonna act, I don't want to do any of this.
wow.
Lots of insecurity, lots of doubt, and all of that. But throughout all of that, and on the other side, I got to a point where I was like, okay, no, I want to leave everything and I want to do art because it's the only thing that actually matters to me. That's the intention.
What? This is a crazy story. So I definitely still want to talk more about that, but I want you to talk to me about this. This is it Sawad?
Sawad, yes.
Tell me a little bit about it.
It's the Arabic version. It's an original lyrics to the song Back to Black.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay.
Which we did, and we performed together, me and Lionel.
The incredible Lionel Murphy, man. Recorded like the sound of angel, like in the theory.
Such an angel.
But why, you said that this, we're going to play this on the radio right now. Why is the song so special to you?
Because it's one of those moments where... I was sitting there and the words just come to you and you're not writing them. You're not actually trying to formulate something that someone is going to connect to, but rather it's just coming to me. And when I sing it, I just really feel it so hard.
Let's hear a little bit of it here. When was this released? When did you write this?
Maybe like 4 months ago.
Okay. Man, incredible, I'm telling you. We actually gonna play this full record right now for you. It's obviously Back to Black Sawad, Fadi Rifaai featuring, of course, and Lionel Murphy. There's something about our artists today that, like I said, is truly, we're going to talk a little bit more about that, but you seem to be obviously patient and at peace with yourself, and I love that. We're definitely going to dig deep about that more, and we're going to hear him obviously, sing. But keep it locked, do not go anywhere. We're going to be right back.
Catch a vibe with Big Hass, only on Pulse 95.
All our pretty pictures at Pulse 95 Radio on Instagram.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are back with Catch a Vibe with me, Big Hass. Of course, Catch a Vibe airs every Saturday and Sunday from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. We got a special guest in the building. His name is Fadi Rifaai. He is from Syria, but born and raised in the UAE. We're just getting to know him, obviously. Fadi, thank you so much for joining us. Before I ask you, what's the genre that you classify yourself in? Like what is it? Because I can't kind of pinpoint it, which I guess it's a great advantage.
I agree. I mean, I would want to say, you know, when like I'm pitching for events and stuff,
Yeah.
I have like the different genres, right? So I do say that I sing like pop, I sing alternative Arabic,
Yeah.
I sing Sufi music,
Yes.
I sing fusion, which I do all of these with different bands, with different people that we work with.
Correct.
But in reality, what my sound is, or what I want
Yeah.
to create,
Yeah.
I don't think I've created and put out there yet.
Wow. You're still kind of evolving with that.
I think I found it, which is why I just recorded my vocals on my first single that I'm finally convinced with, and I'm really happy and excited about. I'm putting all my heart into. It's called Majarrat.
Majarrat.
Yeah.
Galaxies.
Galaxies.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's the type of sound that we're talking about here?
We're talking about melodic techno meets Arabic music.
What?
Yes.
Yo,
So
that's amazing. Melodic tech. Wow.
That's gonna be the vibe. It was done by a music producer called Yasser Ahmadiyya.
Yasser
He's a
Ahmadiyya.
Lebanese music
Shout out
producer.
to him.
Shout out
Okay.
to him. And I'm really excited. We're gonna do the mix and master in Berlin. Yeah, like I'm putting all my heart into this because I'm really happy and
You
stoked
believe
about
in it.
Yeah.
Okay, we were talking earlier that obviously you left to Australia. Now, I don't know how much of... when you left to Australia, what was the reason of you going to Australia?
What I said is that I wanted to do my master's in engineering.
In Australia?
Yes.
Okay.
What I said to myself. But
Ah.
what I then realized that I was just running away from here, from my issues, from insecurities, from doubts, etc. And I didn't know better at the time. And only when I left and I was there,
Wow.
and I realized that they didn't leave me, they're still within me. That's the only time I got the awareness. I was like, oh, shoot, I need to work on them. I can't, like, even if I go to North Pole, they're still going to be with me.
That's crazy. Was that hard to realize? Or it hit you the second you landed?
It was very hard. Not the second I landed. It took a while, but it was very hard to the point where I got really depressed. I was anxious. I was bedridden for very long.
Bless.
Yeah. Before I was like, you know what? I'm not doing with my life what I really want to do, and I'm not pursuing it. I used to watch these like clips from all these talent shows, you know, on YouTube, and like tear up and cry and go like, oh, good for them. They're going for what they want,
Yeah.
etc. And I'm like, it hit me one day. I was like, when am I gonna do it? You know, like I'm 28 and I'm in Australia, and I'm like, I left art and I'm doing God knows what there, and I'm like, no, this is not the life that I want. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
So when you realized that, what was the immediate reaction? Came back or the...
Depression.
Oh, man.
and then therapy and yoga are the only thing that saved me and
Bless.
changed my whole life. And ever since,
I want to salute you for talking about that. The fact that you know, because we have a taboo situation, obviously, especially with the Arab region, when you talk about, you know, therapy and
Yeah.
all that. But that benefited you, obviously.
oh, 100%. It changed my whole life. It didn't even just benefit me.
Bless.
My whole social circle changed, the way I see myself, the way I see life, and what I'm pursuing, and even my intention behind what I do, as we were saying before. And that in itself is transformative. It literally just changed my whole life.
I love that.
Yeah.
And music played a role in all this.
100%. It's like part of the yoga that we used to do is like musical chanting as well. And so it was always part of it. And when I came back to Dubai, the first thing that I did is I got into Sufi music
Yeah.
as well, which really healed my soul. And we started doing Sufi sound journeys that continue until today. We still do them.
Yeah.
We started from a house, and then into private events, and then now theater of digital arts in
Which
Dubai.
I love it.
Yeah, and it just like grew and grew, and it still is a great part of my healing every day.
Man. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have Fadi Rifaai with us. And if you're from the, you know, Arab region, you definitely know Asala, okay? Who is obviously an incredible, legendary Syrian singer. And what you're hearing right now in the background is actually a song called Sandu Zghir, which is written by Fadi Rifaai. Goosebumps. Okay, I got a lot of questions right here. How did that happen? That, you know, because obviously you always hear about, you know, especially the big singers, whether it's like you know, Asala, Nancy Ajram, like Wa'il
Yeah,
Kfouri,
yeah.
and there's always, they depend a lot on songwriters, right?
Yeah.
Because they're like obviously performers and singers. So when you have like somebody like Asala, like now having a song written by a human being that's sitting in front of me, that is a big deal. Tell me the
Thank
story.
You're too kind.
No, seriously. When you told me that when we met at Seth, I was like, what? Like, seriously? What?
Yeah.
That's such a big thing, by the way.
It is, yeah. I mean, we literally. So after I graduated and I started working in engineering. This was way before Australia.
Okay.
Before that
Okay,
journey.
okay.
And so I started auditioning for stuff. I got cast as a main role for a feature film called From A to B.
From A to B.
Yes.
Ali Mustafa.
By Ali Mustafa.
Of
yes.
course.
I was one of the 3 guys. I don't know if you watched it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was Omar this year.
Ya Allah, this is insane. That's where I saw you.
More stories unraveling.
Okay.
But anyways, like fast
Okay.
forward, it was opening Abu Dhabi Film Festival, and, and Asala was invited, and so we got to meet each other there. And then
So how did that whole conversation about songwriting come through?
it didn't. Later on, I think 6 months later, I had written a song, and somehow I got the inspiration of like send it to Asala and ask her what she thinks of it.
Yeah, but how'd you send it?
Because we
Like
had
DM?
met at the festival on WhatsApp.
You have Asala's WhatsApp.
I do, yeah.
What? Wait.
Both of them.
Oh my God.
Hint, hint.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And okay, so you sent the what?
So I sent a song, and then she was like, oh, like the lyrics are really nice. So she sends me another song, and she's like, I really like the melody, but I don't have like lyrics for it. Could you write something? And so that night specifically, I remember it just came to me like this whole storyline and like the scenes of this small box in a forest, and I just wrote the song at night and I sent it the next morning. And she
Oh my God.
and her reaction was like, it's perfect, let's not change anything about it. So
Wait.
That was it.
Wait, that deserves a big round of applause. That's crazy. What does Sandu Azrir talk about?
Sandu Azghir is the story of someone, Juri, the character that
Okay.
Asala plays in the song, which
Okay.
is how I kind of like put it out, who lost her lover, and he went for war. And so after years and years, she finds this small box and she opens it and she finds a letter, and the letter starts talking to her. And she tells her that I was written by your lover, but now he's really, really far. And then through
What?
that, we start unraveling the story of these lovers and what happened so that they weren't together anymore. Actually, fun fact, the ending of that song was a different ending. The story ended with the lover dying. And Asala didn't want that. She was like,
Okay.
let's just keep it open. And I loved that feedback.
Wow. That's
So that was
crazy.
the only thing. Yeah.
Shout out to her. That was never done as a video, right? Like this song.
No,
Should have been done.
not yet.
Like, yeah, not
Well,
yet.
I mean, let's send her a message.
We'll do it.
Another WhatsApp.
Oh man, another what's up. That is insane. Okay, you know what? I definitely want to play Sandu Azghir if you don't mind afterwards, but I want to put the music down because we want to hear you sing. And obviously, we got 2 records that you sent my way. Which record do you want to do right now? And are these records? Excuse my ignorance. Are these records out or no?
They are not out.
Exclusive for us, ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen. Perfect. Tell
But
me
I
about
also
it.
would like to share just a little bit. So
Yeah.
the one that I'm gonna do now is My Compass.
Okay.
I don't usually sing in English necessarily,
Yeah.
but this is something that I wrote within the last month. So it's very alive in me. I wrote it while I was kind of uprooting my whole life and leaving the corporate world completely,
Oh wow.
which I did very recently.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
What did you do?
so I was working with a couple of people. We kind of were partnering up. I was head of content for script writing.
Okay.
And 4 or 5 months ago, I decided I needed to just let go of all of that and really, really focus
on art.
focus
That's
on what I
crazy.
want to do.
That's
Um,
insane.
But anyways, as I was doing that, this song just came to me. The lyrics came to me, and I'd never written anything in English. And so when you told me today that, you know, we might be singing something, I was like, you know what? I'm going to stay true to myself. I'm going to go and just improvise a melody on the backing track. So I chose 2 backing tracks for the 2 songs I'm going to share.
Yeah.
These are not songs with a melody that I've written before.
Insane.
So we're just going to see what happens. I'm just going to read it.
You see, ladies and gentlemen, what I said earlier? That takes somebody to be peace at the with themselves. And yes or no, are you at peace with yourself
Very, right now.
now?
It took 32
Okay.
years, but
Okay.
we're here.
That's amazing. Okay, perfect. I can't wait, ladies and gentlemen. We have Fadi Rifaai. He's with us. He's about to bless us. With this. Definitely go follow him. Go check him out. Fadi, I'm gonna play this. Take it away.
My knees are shaking. I thought I'm young. Old age, you came in so early on. These walls I thought I broke down stand strong. Their bricks weigh down my heart. They tie my tongue. Oh compass, show me the way.
Wow.
Your needle is all I trust. Oh compass, show me the way. Your needle is all I trust. How can I love me? There is no pulse. These tracks evade me, and life gets dull. Circles and circles I run and run. My voice is drowning, my tears are numb. Oh, compass, show me the way. Your needle is all I trust.
What?
Oh, compass, show me the way. Your needle is all I trust.
What? Yo, my first reaction is this is beautiful, bro. Another round of applause. What?
I love this applause thing.
Yeah,
It's insane.
And the third one, ladies and gentlemen, Canada. No, seriously? Okay, so this is kind of my first reaction before we hear Asala Sandu Zghir. Wow, the lyrics take you on a journey, and because I can see you were also kind of performing the lyrics in a way. Wow, what is
it's just where I'm at. Also, I've been there. I was there a month ago, and I literally let go of all my stuff. When I moved houses, I said I'm not gonna take anything because I'm starting to attach to my things, to the painting, to the rug and stuff.
Wow.
So I was letting go of everything,
Yeah.
and at those moments there's a lot of confusion. You have to kind of pierce through that, but before piercing through, it's like feeling it, and this is feeling it. It's like
when did you write this song?
less than a month ago, like 3 weeks ago.
When you decided to step away.
Yeah.
Man, that was amazing. When you were singing "Oh Compass, Show Me the Way," because for me, look, music is very subjective, right? That's one. Two, and the lyrics. Some lyrics sometimes get you, and then you fall in love with the record. When you were singing that, I was thinking about my father, who's no longer with us. He passed away in 2005.
Bless him.
So I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about my faith. I was thinking about all these things when you said only that. Imagine.
May he rest in peace.
Bless. No, I'm just and I have a son with autism, and I was just thinking all that together when you sang that. I'm serious, and that's why I'm saying with you guys, the songwriters, the singers, I think you have a lot of responsibility in order to also heal people. You see how that impacted me, and that's like a small couple of minute record. So,
oh my God, that means you don't understand
Bless,
how much that means to
that
me.
hit home for me. Like it's simple, but I'm like, wow, that should be like part of a movie somewhere, like or a soundtrack somewhere, man. Seriously.
Well, we're putting it out in the universe.
It's out there.
It's out there.
Oh man, I hope that this gets released as well very soon. Is this the single you're talking about? No.
No, it's not.
Okay,
no,
we're gonna talk about that.
But
we're definitely talking about that. Listen, we're gonna take a short break. We're gonna actually play. We are an English radio station, but we're gonna make an exception, of course, playing the legendary Asala right here on Pulse 95 Radio, Sandu Zghir, which was written by Fadi Rifaai, who is my guest right here on Catch a Vibe. So do not go anywhere. It's Pulse 95 Radio. Catch a Vibe.
Catch a Vibe with Big Hass. Only on Pulse. Pulse 95.
Only on Pulse 95 Radio. Big Hass right here. Catch a Vibe, which airs every Saturday and Sunday. And man, oh man, I'm having so much fun with our guest, obviously, tonight. He's our 65th guest, episode number 65. You can catch all the episodes, by the way, on YouTube and SoundCloud and Spotify and all the podcasts. But it's been beautiful to get to even know him on a personal level. With me is Fadi Rifaai, who is from Syria but born and raised in the UAE. Fadi, before we even proceed, to ask you even more questions about I'm interested about your writing. In what way did the UAE shape Fadi Rifaai in a way, since you're born and raised here?
Oh God, in every single way, to be honest. Like, this is home for me. Like, I consider this home. Just the culture, the security, the opportunities,
Facts.
the support, the inspiration that we're seeing, where all these leaders are leading with such grace and with smartness and technology and all of these things.
Such
and
a
it makes
young
you want
nation
to,
as well, 50 years old.
makes you want to push yourself as well, to keep up.
I love that you said that.
Yeah.
Okay, so now obviously with you've been through this kind of mini journey. When you left to Australia, figured yourself out more, then returned back. You found your compass in a way. You found your calling. Where are we now? Like now, in 2024, February. Where is Fadi Rifaai at?
I am in, I think, the best place I've ever been in my life. And I think it should be this way every single day. Every single new day should be better than the one before it, or else we're doing something wrong. It doesn't mean we shouldn't feel down or we shouldn't, process our emotions, but we should just always make sure that we're doing what we need to do for ourselves. And so now there is clarity. I know what I want, and it's coming from the intention of just enjoying what I'm doing. And so there is no feeling of pursuing a goal, because with that I get lost and blinded by the goal, and I don't have enough eyes to see what I need to do now.
That's insane. So this is the longest conversation we've had.
Yes.
And I told you before when I met you that there's a piece about you.
Yeah.
And you see, we talked right now, and this is why obviously there's a piece about you, because you've been through it. I want to comment on something that you said. You said, okay, it's okay to feel down. What's the difference between feeling down now and before? Is it because of the clarity?
The difference is I have the tools that allow me to process through them. I don't shove emotions away, which is the worst thing that anyone can do.
Facts.
And so that's the only difference, really, because life is always going to throw things at you. Life is never going to be your way, because it has to throw things at you, and things come your way. So it's about strengthening my own self, creating the balance within me to be able to deal with anything that comes my way, not to get into a place where I'm like, I want my life to be perfect, because that's not realistic.
100%. I love that. Okay, parents and Arab parents and art, there's always a situation, like we all know that. Is your situation different?
I was very lucky. My dad,
obviously they both come from a musical background, so
yeah, my dad is in music. My mom, she used to be a singer, but also a news presenter all her life in the UAE in different channels. So they've always been there. No one actually in my family ever studied engineering except for me. For some weird reason, I was like, I'm gonna do it, and I still love it. Like, I'm such a nerd. Also, like, there's a huge part of
what
me.
kind of engineering you did?
I did civil engineering.
Civil engineering.
Yeah, and
So-
I graduated top of the batch. Also.
What? That's amazing. So to go back to the family, when they found out that you're gonna pursue that, did they support you fully?
They did. I mean, it's always like they always have things that they would chime in with, but it was never kind of would pull me back from doing anything. It was always overall supportive from the family. So yeah, I've never had to struggle in that aspect at all. Yeah,
That's amazing. Performing live and Fadi Rifaai, I feel it's an experience. I've seen you, I think, like 2-3 times right now. Performing live, and you have a way with the crowd. You have a way with yourself. Was that? Talk to me through your live performance, because I think that you would love it.
Oh, I love it so much. It's like connecting with the people and like really looking into people's eyes and seeing their energy and feeding off of that as well. But also a lot of that comes from performing arts and being in theater and doing a lot of musical theater here and even in Australia, which I did a lot of like movement pieces and stuff. So yeah, it familiarizes yourself with your body, and you become conscious of like how you are on stage. But beyond all of that, I think what's more important than that is that I truly am at a point now where I get out there to enjoy myself.
Nice.
And there's no agenda. And I think that's what's making the difference when it comes to live performance, when it comes to writing music, which, you know, brings us also to the song Galaxies, Majarat, that I was telling you about. When I wanted to write it, when I was like, okay, like it's time for me to write something, I got back into that mentality of, oh, what should I write that would resonate with people now?
Yeah.
And that's where I was like, no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
What can I write that speaks true to me, that is authentic to me? Because one thing we see in common with like huge artists in the world, you know, like Michael Jackson, Adele, Lady Gaga, right? One thing is they don't care about what people think about them.
Yeah,
they're
never did.
completely, utterly themselves, and this vulnerability somehow attracts people.
Yeah.
And it just took me so long to figure that out, and I was trying to please everyone for so long, and you know, but it's okay.
But I think people, especially singers and artists right now who are listening to this, I think that means, because I think that's their number one concern. For me as a non-artist, when I see it, that's what people always. A friend of mine just about 3 months ago sent me a 20-second clip, and he's like, I'm gonna put it on TikTok, and if this got viral, I'll make it a song. I'm like, bro, you're doing the whole thing backwards. Like, this is not, you know, like, he wants to make it viral, and then you'll continue to do the record. So because all these publications or slash companies are dictating.
Yeah, and
how
we also
music should
live in a world, like you said, that it's very difficult to connect with yourself and to isolate from this constant need for instant validation.
Yeah, for
right?
validation.
And
correct.
that takes a lot of patience and perseverance.
Man, listen, I'm gonna put you on the spot. I'm gonna take a break, but I want you to choose any song we can play on the radio. Could be yours. It could be one of the. It could be any record, as long as it's clean, of course. You know, any song. So I usually like to put people on the spot like that. So let's see. Oh, you got
I'll
it.
choose. Yeah, I'll choose Rufus du Sol, Underwater.
Okay, it's a clean record, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 100%. What's so special about this record?
It really speaks to me a lot, and it's also kind of in terms of the sound is what I'm very much resonating with, and I feel that this sound hasn't come to the Arab world yet.
Wow!
And this is what I'm doing with my new song, and so I really resonate with the lyrics.
Okay,
yeah,
cool. We're gonna listen to that record. What's it called again?
Underwater. Rufus du Sol.
Rufus du Sol. We're going to listen to that on the radio right here on Pulse 95 Radio. We are with Fadi Rifaai on Catch a Vibe. Keep it locked. Do not go anywhere.
Catch a Vibe with Big Hass. Only on Pulse. Pulse 95. Pulse.
Only on Pulse 95 Radio. It's Big Hass in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you're having a blessed Saturday and a blessed, of course, weekend. You know, if it's raining, it is raining. So I can't tell because I'm in a dungeon right here in the studio. So God bless. We love the rain right here in the region. You like the rain, Fadi?
Oh, I love the rain.
You like it? We like the rain. You know, because sometimes a lot of the British brothers and sisters when it rains, like, we didn't come in here for this. I'm like, yo, it rains like a couple of times and they allow us a break.
It's exactly the opposite for me. It's like it starts raining and I go out and I'm just running around.
I know, 100%. Fadi, I just want to say thank you for your vulnerability tonight. You've been, you talked about your dark times. You talked about how you use music, obviously, as a healing process. Performing though, acting like as a performing arts, what does that mean to you? And you still obviously have a passion for it.
Yes, it means so much to me, and I also kind of put that on the side for a while because I had my own also other insecurities that had to do with that. But recently, as I was doing the move out of my house and as I was shedding, I hear about these auditions for a production of Grease in Dubai. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna go for it. And I was doing it in between like moving and unpacking and packing. Next thing you know, I got the role and we're already rehearsing. It's going to be showing the first couple of weeks in June. It's run by...
Wait.
Yeah.
First couple of weeks of June. And what role do you have?
I am Sonny Latiera, so one of the T-Birds. One of the T-Birds. And it's run by MTDXB, which is an amazing, amazing group of people. So much talent. It's going to be insane.
I mean, I love this record.
Oh my god, all the choreo now is running through my head. Like, I'm behind.
Yeah, I mean, oh my god, that's crazy. In what way did the performing art kind of impact your life? Like, we were talking about music and obviously lyrics and singing and all that. This kind of physical activity, what did it do to Fadi Rifaai?
Getting into your body and like really understanding it, and also becoming so comfortable with your emotions that you are able to draw from them whenever you need them, because you need to kind of go through that to be able to do to do performing arts. So in that sense, yes, and it's just such a happy experience for me. And being in theater with the whole group, you connect on a very, very deep level.
Facts, yeah. That's amazing. I want to share with you. I acted one time in my life only.
Wow.
Are you familiar with One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? It's an old movie, right?
Okay.
And so I will send it to you. It was in Jeddah, and we did the first English live performance in Jeddah. That was about 15 years ago, way before. So I want to send it to you.
Wow,
it was crazy.
Do.
Yeah,
I'd love to watch it.
I need your opinion.
Oh, so I'm sure it's going to be amazing.
Oh, yeah. It was an incredible experience.
How long ago, sorry?
That was like 15 years ago.
15 years ago.
Yeah, 15, 18 years ago. Okay, so before we hear you sing your second record, you talked about Majarrat.
Yes.
Can we have a date on that? When is it going to be out or not yet?
I believe within the next month and a half.
Great.
Yeah, within the next month and a half. We're done with everything that we need to record. We're at a point now we're doing the mix and master. We want to do it in Berlin.
Yeah, you said that.
They're really gonna really leading in that kind of type of music, and I want to stay true to that.
Okay.
And we're gonna do a music video which we're gonna record do here in the UAE.
Wow. Please send it to us because we're gonna air it on the radio right here.
Please do. Yeah, I can't wait. And then we'll talk about it after it's released.
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
Okay, songwriting and Fadi Rifaai. Obviously, you said something interesting. You mainly write in Arabic, right? You perform in Arabic. What's your songwriting process? I mean, you're very vulnerable. I can see that. And you're into that kind of space. But is there a process for writing?
For me, the process is to not force myself to write. Because as soon as I do that, as soon as I sit down and I'm like, oh, I need to write the song in 2 days because I need to submit it for a deadline, nothing comes.
Wow.
Because I'm in my head, right? And for me, the writing comes from my heart. And there's no logic or analysis there. So it's about feeling into whatever state that I'm writing for, whether it's melancholy or sadness or happiness or whatever emotion, and just feeling that. And sometimes I get scenes that happens a lot to me, which happened with the song with Asala and with Back to Black and Sawad as well.
They flow.
So if you hear it, it's a scene. So it's like a movie scene. So you're following a story that you can actually visualize. So it becomes easy as soon as I see it. Putting it into words becomes really easy.
That's insane. That's crazy. What would you say, kind of briefly, what would you say is the most challenging thing you faced in your life? Was it that period when you were feeling a bit down? What was like a challenging point in your life?
I think it's my own intelligence turning against me. That's the most difficult thing.
Wow.
Because any obstacle is not as hard as that, because with this one you have no escape. really. When you're telling yourself you can't do this, when you're telling yourself it's too difficult, then no opportunity is gonna save you, because you're not gonna do well with it. So, and I have that a lot, and I tend to find very intelligent ways to convince myself not to do something or create blockages, right?
Wow.
So I'm like, oh, now I'm busy, I can't do that. Oh, I can't go and record because my voice is itchy. And so I did this for years and years upon years. And before you know it, sometimes you're looking at your life and you're like 80 years old and you've been doing this your whole life. And so that's the most difficult part. This is what took the most time to tame and to understand and to cope with, and to find tools to work around.
Wow, the use of words, to tame. I love that. What scares you? Is there anything like that kind of...
It's a difficult question.
It is.
Trying to answer it authentically. At this point, what scares me is that I don't go full throttle for what I want.
Love that.
That's the only thing that scares me.
Yeah, man, love that. See that. I love basketball, and there is a player called Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace. I love him, and he has this Mamba mentality. And yeah, I love that you said that. So, yeah, full throttle. Let's go. I mean, wow. Okay, we've reached the end of our episode. It's crazy. It's been so quick, but man, God bless. We can't wait for Majalat for sure.
Thank you so much.
We can't wait for anything, obviously that you're releasing. Where can people follow you, real quick?
Really, the best place is Instagram.
IG, okay.
So it's at Fadi Rifaai, FADIRIFAA.
Double A. That's the catch, right, ladies and gentlemen.
Fadi Rifaai. Everything's on there. All the shows that we're doing and stuff, all the releases and stuff. I always make sure to post it on Instagram.
Definitely follow him, because he's truly, and also is an experience, to watch. We want to play. What's this record? Tell me about this record. Compass?
No.
This is.
Yeah, this is the other one.
Yeah.
So it's ليس للعشق دواء.
ليس للعشق دواء. Wow.
Which means adoration or love doesn't have medicine.
Correct.
It cannot be cured.
Yes.
And it's poetry that's not written by me.
Okay.
It's poetry that's out there.
Okay.
But just to stay true to a lot of the things that I do, also with fusing poetry, Arabic, like real authentic Arabic poetry, with electronic sound.
Oh, man.
We're gonna fiddle with this and see what happens.
That's amazing.
It's also something that I'm improvising.
Amazing. We love improvising on the show. So Fadi Rifaai, take it away.
ليس للعشق دواء كلما قلت بقربي تنطفي نيران قلبي زادني الوصل لهيبا هكذا حال المحب لا بوصلي أتسلى لا ولا بالهجر أنسى ليس للعشق دواء فاحتسب عقلا ونفسا إنني أسلمت أمري إنني أسلمت أمري في الهوى معنى وحسا ما بقي إلا التفاني حبذا في الحب نحبي إنني بالموت راض هكذا حال المحب ليس للعشق دواء ليس للعشق دواء ليس للعشق دواء ليس
Ladies and gentlemen, oh my God, that was a journey. That was a journey on itself. A big round of applause. And the song itself was a journey. I didn't expect that ending. I didn't expect that. That's beautiful, man.
Thank you so much.
Allah yahmeek, Akhuya Fadi. God bless. Thank you so much for coming through right here. Any last words you'd like to say? And thank you so much.
Yes, I just want to say, I want to thank you.
Bless you, my brother.
For creating safe space for artists, for upcoming artists, for making them feel safe within themselves to really reach into their most authentic place, because you can only do that if you feel like you're going to be held.
Bless.
And that is key,
wow.
and I'm very grateful for you. I'm grateful for Pulse 95. Grateful to be here, and yeah, that's it.
No, we can't wait to definitely see you even evolve. Ladies and gentlemen, go follow him, Fadi Rifaai, a Syrian artist and an amazing human being, really, based here in the UAE, born and raised in the UAE, but so beautiful. We connected on so many levels right now, and I'm a fan. Fadi, I want to play a song from you, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Which song can we play from let's say any of your records out there on YouTube? Anything at all?
I would
Anything at all? Anything. We have
I would go with Waqf Ababi.
Waqf Ababi.
Waqf Ababi.
We're gonna play that.
Yes.
So we're gonna play Waqf Ababi right now. Have a blessed night. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Fadi Rifaai, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. We say peace and love and assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Fadi, salam.
Salam.